reach the basement of Katong Shopping Centre, you'll be instantly hit by the smell of bananas and butter from 2 banana pie shops.
There was a Feud? I don't know.
So there's Dona Manis and the other new one.
One is original one, and the second one is actually employee from the original one. They opened just side by side.
I was surprised that they were next to each other.
It's equally nice, actually.
It was basically eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because I couldn't decide between the two, so I just decided to buy one of them to try.
I think I will buy both. Yeah, I'll buy both to try.
So banana pies are a traditional old-school dessert that is rarely found in Singapore. It consists of bananas, desiccated coconut, and crushed almonds, enveloped in a rich and buttery crust. In fact, I think these banana pies are so rare that you cannot find it anywhere else than the basement of Katong Shopping Centre in Singapore.
Okay. Hey, hi! Let's talk upstairs. Come on in. My dad and Auntie Peng worked together for about 30 years until he became sick 3 years ago before he passed on. After my dad passed on, she told me that she wants to retire. And the next thing I knew, she actually opened a shop next door.
When you first get there, both signboards are the same colour, a white background with red words. And both of them offer the same item, which is the main specialty of the place, banana pie. Auntie Peng sells her banana pie for $3.30 a slice, while Dona Manis sells the pie at $3.50 a slice. But if you purchase the whole pie, which is 10 slices at Dona Manis, it's only for $33.
I would say the main difference was the bananas. The bananas from Dona Manis was a little sharper in taste. Yeah, whereas the bananas from Auntie Peng, to me, was like a smoother texture.
Auntie Peng's appeals more to the younger generation because it's slightly sweeter, while Dona Manis appeals more to the older generation. It's a bit more rustic, less sugar, and is a lot more banana than Auntie Peng's.
When the customers came and they say, which is the one? How come there's another shop? There was a bit of confusion. All these years, of course, they recognize their faces. So we just tell the customers that Dona Manis is known for the banana pie. And they have a right to choose. They can taste both, which one they prefer.
不是说很好，普普通通，因为都给他拿了一半了，是吗？他整天就跟那些顾客讲，说那玛丽才是 original。我听了就觉得很不应该这样子讲的。
The business has been good so far because we already an old brand, 30 over years. So we do have customers coming all the way from the west side, and some of them, when they come a little bit too late, they get very disappointed because no more pies.
Dona Manis is actually a very, very homegrown name. It's a very old name, started in 1992 at the bottom of Katong Shopping Centre.
It's a heritage bakery that has been doing this banana pie for the past 30 years. Auntie Peng and the founder, Mr. Tan, were the OGs of Dona Manis. They set up the business in 1992 at Katong Shopping Centre.
Unfortunately, Mr. Tan passed away last year. He gave all his shares to his daughter, so it was managed by both Esther and Auntie Peng.
I was not running the business actually until my dad got sick. So on and off, when my dad needs my help, I just come in to assist as much as I can.
没有，从来没有看过他女儿下来的。Mr. Dan 我说他女儿不管这边了，完全没有下来过的。
Because my dad feels that he doesn't want to have too much conflict of interest. So if I come in, there may be discomfort on her side. Even when I offer my help to her also, because she says she's short of staff, but she always will say no, not necessary. So I can feel she doesn't want me there. Since I let my dad run the place, he has full control. I don't poke my nose inside into what he's doing.
When your father started getting ill and he asked you to take over, how did you feel about that, having to work with Auntie Peng?
When my dad got sick, he felt that it's time he gives the shop to me because he also knows that the business principles, what happens if a partner were to depart, all the shares will, of course, go to Peng. So my dad knows that, and he said, okay, he should give me his shares.
他的老爸死的时候，他就下来吵了，这个不可以，那个不可以，香蕉用太多，不可能成本用这么高的。我就问他一句话：我跟南哥做这么久，有没有一个月有亏本？他讲没有，赚少 ，OK 了，赚少他不要，他要赚多。
所以你对这件事有什么样的感觉呢？
很生气了，真的。顾客每天来跟我买东西的，他们会知道的。每天来跟你吵，今天跟你吵这样，明天跟你吵那样。后来他们讲，安迪，你这样老了，你不要跟他生气，能做就跟他做，不能够做就跟他分。
I'm trained in pastry, and the training that I have over the years, I can do a lot more to help the shop to grow. Actually, I tell her many times, I'm your partner. I'm not your rival. That's why when I had to take over, at first I was a bit apprehensive. There are many times I offered my help and I was rejected in a way, so I know where I stand.
Why did you think she rejected you that way?
She feels that I'm a threat because she feels that it's her recipe. That's what she's feeling.
Did you kick her out?
So it all started with that epic Facebook comment that caused the media frenzy. It said that Auntie Peng was kicked out, so with that comment I decided to write an article about the showdown between the two banana pie shops, because no one else at that point of time wrote it.
Two shops selling banana pie side by side. Let's go find out which is more appealing. We decided to cover the story because it's not very common to see two shops side by side selling the same thing. So it's pretty juicy, I would say. And there were online speculations about how maybe Madame So was kicked out of Dona Manis right after Mr. Tan's daughter came in.
I have no idea how the rumors come about. I'm shocked myself because she said she wanted to retire. How did that come about?
Did you kick her out?
No, I must say that. Because that was her idea that she wants to retire.
那时候我是要退休了，我给我的孩子去做，我要把这些食谱交给我的儿子跟女儿，就让他们接手，把我的儿子教到会，我的女儿教到会，我就退休了。
But after my dad passed on, she kept saying that she wants to retire and pushing for the closure of our business relationship. And so that was when we set a date. 31st March is the deadline.
你们是怎样分的呢？
我公平分给他，他们拿的是tiền，我拿的是银行的钱，2万多，银行有多少钱我就拿多少钱。
为什么你选择待在这里，不要退休
？30多年了的，熟客很多的，当然是会不舍的啦。每个都很熟的。
Did you intentionally open right next door?
这个是很天意的，也没有想到说为什么会拿到隔壁间。本来是楼上那个0126的，就是因为他要做大店，耽误了很多时间，那就没有办法了，就这间空就赶快拿这间。
Since both bakeries offer the same items, I think customers may be taken aback at first, like they'll be standing there for one whole minute and thinking, which one should I patronize? Auntie Peng or Dona Manis?
I guess it's very beneficial to the customers because we get to, have both at the same space. You get to compare them directly, price-wise, taste-wise.
I think, of course, when you have competition next door, customers will kind of have to decide where they want to go. But for us, we are open, we are okay if they get pulled across. We let the product and our service help the decision in that sense, if that's fair.
I think it's a friendly competition. Although we are selling different things, but the banana pie was actually created by my mother.
你这个 banana pie 的 recipe 你是怎样创造的？
哇，很辛苦啊，一直改，一直改，试了很多次，给顾客吃，让顾客 feedback 给我知道。后来有个顾客要跟我讲，上面如果放这个 almond 放越多就越好吃，因为上面这些很香。OK， 我就听他的话。
I noticed in front of your store, there's a sign that says original banana pie. What do you mean by original banana pie?
Because the proportions and all that was according to the original that my dad shared with me. Meaning, how much banana to how much of the pastry that goes on top of it. So Dona Manis has been known for banana pies.
我跟顾客讲我是 original， 顾客说不是，隔壁那间说他是 original 的，他是 original， 那我30多年我要放什么？我在那边锁了12个小时每天的嘞，36年了嘞，就是不服这一点，其他的事情我可以看得很开的，不要紧。
If you come up with a product while you're working the company, does that product belong to you or belong to the company as an intellectual property?
So from what I know, Auntie Peng has the original recipe because she was the one who started this banana pie together with Mr. Tan. But Esther claims that she has the recipe from Mr. Tan, but actually she tweaked it into her own recipe.
Auntie Peng was the main baker when she was at Dona Manis, so she should have the original recipe. But apparently, Mr. Tan also has a version of the recipe. And before he passed away, he passed on the recipe to his daughter, Esther. And Esther added some of her maybe creations to this recipe. So I would think it's a recipe 2.0, while Auntie Peng's version would be the original one.
Who came up with the recipe?
I would say that Ah Peng and my dad, because she's the one making it. But to give it that approval, of course my dad have to be the one because they're partners. There would have been tastings before the final product comes out. I have tweaked the recipe, and some of my process I would say is a secret because we have to experiment over time and get the correct proportions and the correct process so that the pie will look nice and taste good. Number one, I think very important, we need to select the bananas. Thank God we found this as a chart that shows the ripeness of the bananas. If it's too ripe, we can't use it. That goes to the cakes. If it's too raw, it gives a very sharp taste on the tongue, and the banana pie won't be sweet. The sweetness actually comes from the bananas itself. We don't add any sugar. Nothing is added to the bananas.
我是创造这个 banana pie 的啊，跟我的贺古人是没有关系，他根本都不会做的哈。Mr. Tan 是做算账的，跟在前面卖的，每个晚上的账的钱都是他收的，账目全部都是他管的，他管得很好。
My dad didn't have much education because he grew up during the time of the Japanese occupation, but he's very good with calculations. He's been known in this community for better calculations and the calculator, he can count faster. He loves to do business.
Do you think Dona Manis would be what it is today without him?
I would say Dona Manis, you need both. Auntie Peng did play her part, doing all the production and kitchen work. But without a proper sales, I don't think it worked as well. Hi, this is my daughter Claire.
How do you think he would react to everything happening now?
I think he'll be very sad. Yeah, I think he'll be very sad. Yeah. Nah. Okay.
My grandfather is all about relationship.
So relationships is very precious to him, and I think that is a model that he has inculcated into us.
现在还在的话，我们还是合作的很愉快吗？啊，不用讲的，都合作的很愉快的。有些人喝古到1-2年就完了，我们喝古到30多年，很厉害了，也没有吵过架，什么都没有的。
So it's sad that Mr. Tan passed away and caused this feud. But at the end of the day, customers just want to buy which pie tastes better. So the best way to determine which one tastes better is to do a blind taste test.
We have 2 banana pies in front of you. Tell us which one you think is better.
Ask you some questions, you just ignore the camera.
Go to center, please. Go to center, okay, alright.
I prefer this one than this.
This one has a sweeter taste. Like the banana feels like more ripe. But this one is like the sweetness is more subtle. The two are nice.
Which one do you prefer though?
I like sweets better all day.
I like this one more because I prefer nuts over desiccated coconut.
Both look the same.
But which one do you like better?
First one.
The key factor that I'm looking for is the sweetness and ripeness of the bananas. Also, I'll be looking out for the ratio between the banana and desiccated coconut.
Just based on first appearance, I think this is a little more consistent and even in terms of color, like golden brown. This is a little rustic, I would say. Yeah, I think I know which is which, but I would just give it a try and let you know which is better. I think they're actually very similar. So if I would have to choose, of course, I prefer the sweeter banana. This feels a little smoother, nicer on the palate.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly which one is which one. Just let me give it a taste, okay? Easy to break. Sweet. Flavorful. A bit dry on top. Okay, let's try this one. Less sweet. The crust is slightly less on top. And unfortunately, the bottom part is not that well cooked.
So I'm going to start with the left one. The slight crunchiness of the coconut is very obvious because every bite I took of the banana has an equal amount of coconut to it. Let's try the right one. Okay, so the right one, I think it has more grounded almonds because every bite has more nuts in it. Banana is slightly more than the coconut, so there's lesser coconut for the right one. Sweetness-wise, both bananas are on par.
I personally prefer this. I think this is a little lighter and smoother on the palate, and it's sweeter compared to this. This should be Auntie Peng's.
So if you ask me which one would I prefer, I would prefer Dona Manis.
So I prefer the one on the right. I think it's Dona Manis. I have a stronger taste of bananas in each mouthful, and also the nuts have a very nice roasted nuttiness to it.
I like this better.
Would you prefer this?
I think I like this more. I feel this is better.
也会选这个。
A new one.
Auntie Peng.
Actually, both are nice, but I'm more into this nutty taste.
Well, I think that taste is very subjective. You may like something, but I don't. So at the end of the day, both have their own loyal following, and it's up to each individual which one they prefer. So for this pie war, even though Auntie Peng won, but I still think that Dona Manis still has its own charm and people still love them.
All rolling.
Hi, I'm June. I'm the daughter of Auntie Peng.
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm Uncle Tan's granddaughter or Esther's daughter.
Do your parents know that you're here today?
For me, yes, they know.
I think my mom knows. I told her that we're doing this. Like, I've always been very open with June, even when my grandfather was alive.
How do you guys feel about the feud?
I think as a third gen, it's a little bit difficult to watch.
Yes, very, very good.
I think the word feud is very loaded, huh? And I would like to think of what's happening between our moms is more like a misunderstanding.
I kind of feel that I'm sandwiched in between.
I think it's tough in general to watch our moms go through this, because it's both our moms.
What does taking over mean to you?
Taking over means maintaining the legacy, be it Auntie Peng or Dona Manis. Ours is all handmade products, handmade with hands of love to spread out to the people.
I believe in slow food. You know, there's a beauty and a heritage to slow food. Eating something cooked from grandma or from, you know, the bakers in your neighborhood is just different. And I guess for us, it's also about the legacy of my grandfather. He was always about the community, about getting to know the customers, those community values, as well as the slow food that brought it all together and keeping that alive. That is what, you know, taking over is about.
If you were given a choice, would you work together?
What are you like? I think I can be quite scary.
I am very soft actually. If let's say we do work together, I'll be more of a follower than a leader, to be honest.
We don't know.
Okay.